talking basketball. They're fucking dumb as shit. They talk about basketball, but they will make dumb ass jokes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod Don't Lie with Sam and Stav. We are here, September. What is it? It's Labor Day. No days off for us, folks, except for the most of them, except for almost all the days. But we hope you are somewhere enjoying a fucking barbecue, getting your little titties, sunned up at the beach, getting some nice color on your thighs. Hopefully, this is popping up, and you're like, man, I'm having a great, relaxing Labor Day. I wish there was some A-plus hoops analysis to listen to. Oh, well, I bet every podcast is taking the day off. No, not this one, folks.
Maybe your uncle said something inappropriate to you, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to my room, and then bam, Pod Don't Lie.
Pod Don't Lie, baby.
Banking new app.
We're right here, and we are here for you on Labor Day. Mostly because we usually, I think we do Tuesday. I don't know, but I'm going back to Baltimore, so it's mostly just because of my schedule. But there's so much to talk about. It also feels appropriate to go Mondays, Fridays, because I mean, so much happens over the weekends now, and we've had a crazy playoffs.
I gotta say one thing out of the gate.
Yeah, go for it.
First off, I gotta shout out Jake, who is a Pod Don't Lie listener. He told me I did a show in his room.
All right, shouts out to Jake.
I've been doing in my Instagram stories just like, hey, if you got a roof and you got friends and you're not fucking insane and gonna kill me, and you got a mic and an amp and you can check all those boxes, I will come and do your show. That's awesome. And now my agent's getting those, and he's like, dude, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm sorry, those were meant for me. But he's like, you want me to field free offers? I'm like, no. So it's like a rare thing. But I showed up. He's a Pod Don't Lie listener. The crowd was amazing. They were so cool. And then after the show, he was like, Stav's going to hate this, man. But me and my friend were talking, and right now Giannis, for closing the game, is not even in our top 10.
Okay, quiet down.
He put Jamal Murray over Giannis.
Jamal Murray over the fucking Nugget. Let Giannis play the fucking Jazz. Fuck that, dude. The Jazz couldn't stop a guard.
I knew this would say.
First, Jamal Murray is about to get his ass buttoned up.
Okay, but that.
Okay.
Why he is still looking like a good player.
He is, but I'm pissed at Jamal Murray.
There's no need to throw Jamal
with his hard ass, with his sharp ass nose.
Hey, you
get
were
him the fuck out of here! His giant penis.
You were loving him before I made this about him and Giannis. Though.
You're right. I do love Jamal Murray. You're right. I went into protective mode. Fuck him. Fuck Jake and his roof. I hope it collapses.
27 points in game 2. You know what? You know what's funny? I was on the roof, and an engineer DM'd me and said, I work in this type of stuff, and this roof looks like it's going to fall any minute. And I kept joking about how it's going to collapse, and I'm like, holy shit, it could have collapsed.
It could have collapsed, yeah. I hope Jake is having some fucking drywall for breakfast right now, as his roof has fallen into his mouth on Labor Day. How dare that motherfucker? How dare he?
He said, I said, look, I'll give you Luka because of shooting and stuff like that down the stretch.
Yeah.
But you can't do, I mean, Giannis, part of this has got to be coaching, I think.
I'll just say this. It's a fundamentally disrespectful question. You know, it's almost like you figure out, how can I disrespect Giannis, and then ask a question backwards.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, okay, there's no shooting around him. It's also like saying, okay, was Shaq a closer? Was fucking Tim Duncan?
Shaq was a closer.
But he was when he had a fucking elite guard next to him every time. Right. How many times did Shaq get fucking swept? Anybody want to go look at that? How much do fucking dominant big men get fucked up when they don't have a shot creator next to them? And
Shaq got swept in the finals.
A lot. Shaq got swept a fucking lot.
With the Magic?
He got swept with the Magic. The Lakers got swept the first year he was there.
Oh, with against Utah?
Yeah, I think it was Utah.
Kobe was a fucking baby. He was a rookie.
Still, okay, whatever. The point is, Giannis is not okay. That's the type of okay. How about this? Jamal Murray's not even my top 10 guys that can get 20 rebounds. Is that fucking fair? It's just the different type of fucking player.
But Giannis does need.
Luka's not even in my top 10 fucking two-way players that control the game on offense and defense.
You know who could end up being a great?
The fucking Heat had to. Eric Spoelstra was in a bunker for fucking months trying to figure out how to stop this motherfucker. Okay, if the second your fucking player, every fucking coaching staff has nightmares trying to figure out how to stop him, then we can start talking about who's a fucking closer. Does anyone have their whole staff on no coffee trying to figure out how to stop Jamal Murray? No.
I don't get why they can't have coffee.
Because they're well rested, they don't need coffee. It's the middle of the night. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to convey.
What about,
you have to make a game plan specifically for Giannis, and you have to fucking you have to have the right personnel, the exact perfect personnel, and then you can fucking stop him. Suck my fucking dick, Jake.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
I'm sorry. You don't deserve it, Jake.
He does need – I think Giannis does need someone who can, like, do a little bit of everything, handling the ball, creating. He needs – and, like, maybe in a year, R.J. Barrett is that guy. And
right. Listen,
you never know.
You never know. I will say, though, this – as much as I like Middleton, it definitely has exposed him as a guy who just does not play make and doesn't. He's a great shooter and he can get his own shots sometimes a little bit, but
third option.
But he is not a fuck. He just doesn't have the handles. The guy can't fucking dribble. And listen, he played great. He did step up the last game they played Bucks Heat.
He won the game for them
when Giannis was hurt. And I like Middleton, but at the same time, it's the kind of thing where the complementary player to Giannis is a fucking guard that can break down when they're trying to trap Giannis.
Malcolm Brogdon would have been great.
Don't even get me fucking started. You know what? I was looking this up.
Chris Paul, as I said in the last episode, if he made that fucking move, Chris Paul and Giannis would have been great for each other, and they would have become boys. I could see
that. Absolutely.
The way Chris Paul disrespects people, I think Giannis would feed off that. I think
so.
Like,
yeah.
Oh shit, you just slap dudes in the nuts. That's fucking awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Chris Paul's the irritant, whereas Giannis would have just been like the purely aggressive guy.
Yes.
This fucking pissed me off. You know what Brogdon averaged against the Heat round one? What? 21.5 and 10 assists.
Yeah, he had
you can't tell me they didn't need that. I'm fucking pissed off.
Yeah, no, they fucked up bad. I mean, I just was never – I know Bledsoe –
No.
When he was younger, looked good. I just thought Brogdon was a better shooter. He just made
it was a fucking mistake. They did a deal with Bledsoe in the middle of the season before the playoffs.
For a lot of money, and you're paying Middleton a lot of money.
Well, at the time, it didn't seem like that much money. At the time, it seemed like kind of a semi-bargain that you get done early, right? That was the thinking anyway. And
he's kind of turned into a one-way player. He's kind of just a defender.
And he is incredible at defense. Like he is
incredible.
And he's a very valuable. But here's the thing: they could have got. But this is the bullshit that NBA owners have us thinking about. It's not either or. They could have just paid the fucking luxury tax. You're in fucking Milwaukee. You have the best player in the league. You have a 2-time MVP. Pay the fucking luxury tax, you billionaire piece of shit.
Yeah.
Just fucking pay it. You're going to lose him now. And you know what? You fucking deserve to lose him. You wouldn't pay the fucking luxury. Enjoy that fucking first-round pick from Indiana. Enjoy picking 17 when you don't have Giannis in 2 years, you fucking idiots.
It's a bummer. Although Giannis was a 15th pick, so you never know.
Okay, yeah. Good luck getting the second Giannis.
This is what Nick's delusion does to you. Like, look,
yeah.
I'm just saying – we got some late Dallas Mavs picks coming, and you never know. We could get a Kuz type player in the Big Apple.
But yes, look, fine. Let's start to. I guess
is there any way they come back from this series?
I just don't. Well, first of all, Giannis is hurt. If I'm Giannis, I'm not even fucking playing. Who gives a fuck? I mean, he's gonna try.
If you're the Bucks, do you even want him to play?
Yeah, if you're the Bucks, your best case scenario is you gut out another win without him, or if you could win 2 without him and then lose game 7 or some, you're not winning. You're not going to go from.
You don't think if any team could win 4 straight, it is a 1 seed. I just don't think
if it clicks. Well, if Giannis was completely healthy and before he got hurt, yesterday. He was dominating. I mean, he had fucking what? He had like 18 points in 19 minutes, something like that.
I
He was
just
just
don't.
like
I just don't think any team can take 4 straight from Spoelstra. I think the Heat they're just a tough team. They really
well,
are.
I mean, the Raptors last year took 4 straight off the Bucks, but I mean,
That's true.
you know,
But it wasn't 3-0.
It wasn't 3.
There is a different.
There's a huge difference
There's a mental
psychologically.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mental, psychological is the word.
Yeah. head wise, there is better. It's not the same head.
I'm sorry, man. I haven't had enough coffee because my stomach's killing me. So I'm a little.
No, that's all right, brother. I'm feeling you. Yeah, look, Sammy had a rough start. We don't have to go into his personal details, but he had to delay for some off the field issues, let's say. Some drinking.
I'm critiquing Giannis coming back. I'm like, look, I need another 20 minutes with Chinese food diarrhea.
Yeah, let's call it. Yeah, Morrill questionable with beer shits in parentheses.
I limp to my computer like I'm Willis Reed.
Oh fuck yes, bro. Respect. Hey, we've all been there, brother.
I'm trying.
But yeah, man. I mean, I think the series. Honestly, once Giannis got hurt, I didn't even watch the rest of the game. I was barely watching. I've been demoralized by when they lost game 3. That fucked. I was just like, come the fuck on. And this game, I just kind of had on in the background, and Giannis was fucking dominating. And then of course he gets hurt, and then I'm like, don't come back. I tweeted. I was joking. I was like, I'm tearing the TV off. I literally did yoga rather than watch NBA basketball. I was like, this is bad for my mental health. And you know what? My body is suffering. Let me limber up. I'm going to take this time while the Bucks are losing to self-improve myself. I'm going to do some self-improvement. I'm going to get limber. I went on a bike ride later. I did a little walk. Weirdly, the Bucks losing has helped me become healthier in the last 24 hours. But although they didn't lose to their credit. And then you do have to give Middleton credit. That was a gutsy win. But I do think there's an element of the Heat probably let their guard down. And like I said, their entire game plan was how to stop Giannis. So in a weird way, when Giannis is gone for the whole game and the other team knows he's not coming back and they know they have to do their best, it does kind of throw a little weird, wrench in their plans.
I saw Jason Concepcion tweet, like maybe it's time for an updated Ewing theory.
Oh, man.
The main difference is Giannis is in his prime. Ewing was old as shit when he went down. But Ewing was still pretty good, though, even though he was still giving you like 15 a game. But he was older,
Yeah, he was older. And that definitely, is, I think part of that theory goes hand in hand with like when your prestige is higher than your actual output on the court.
Sure.
But
absolutely. So it would work for like a little bit of an over the hill guy.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know, man. I'm just like this series, and I've been thinking about it because obviously everyone's fucking coming at Giannis, and I have to hear things like,
well, you can't get they almost got swept, dude.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get swept. I guarantee you, Giannis wasn't going to get swept before he hurt his ankle.
But even going down 3-0 when you're the 1 seed in the MVP,
I know.
That's
but you know what? And it is fuck. It's Mike Budenholzer's fault. I don't give a fuck. Why the fuck is he playing them 34 minutes, whatever the fuck it was? That's crazy, bro. And it's like in the
you think it should be 40 a night, no question.
Not without question, especially. I mean, that last game 3, right? They score 13 points in 13 minutes. A big part of that is when Giannis. He rests Giannis in the middle of the 4th. He's playing the whole 4th. You play your stars the whole 4th. You don't fucking do that. OG, when Nick Nurse, when Boston was down 2-0, right? And they're about to go down 3.
Toronto.
Or I'm sorry, Toronto's down 2-0. They're about to go 3. The miracle shot, which is awesome. Fuck Boston.
Dude, that was
great.
That was.
We got to talk about that in detail. But Kyle Lowry played 46 minutes. OG played 45. Van Vliet played 41. And they won by 1 point. You play your fucking stars when you're like your back's to the fucking against the wall. Yeah. It's crazy.
Lowry was brilliant in that game. He really just like hit every big shot. Van Vliet had that like reverse left-handed layup.
Awesome.
He was just a fucking bulldog. They're both just tiny point guards.
I love it, dude.
It's kind of amazing.
I love it. Tiny little bulldogs. Once again, That's what my dick is. Same thing as my dick. There's one of those in episode, folks, when we something small is tenacious, and I will say that it's my penis every time. That's the pod don't like guarantee.
Like your penis, Van Vliet will be coming to New York next year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Like my penis, Van Vliet is ready to disappoint in New York. But and we can talk about more about that game, but it's really just the minutes, man. That's what fucking pisses me off. I don't understand how Bud does this shit. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. We talked about last year, right?
He doesn't have the supporting cast. I mean, obviously there's higher expectations for Giannis than Pascal Siakam, but look how much Siakam is disappointed in the playoffs. You know, that type of player who's not a great shooter, who kind of relies on transition buckets and athleticism. And obviously Siakam's a poor man's Giannis, even though he's an excellent player.
Excellent player for sure.
But
and to give Siakam some credit, he's definitely a better shooter overall, even though he's struggling right now.
Yeah, he's struggling. But my point is, when you're struggling with the jump shot, I mean, we see it with Russell Westbrook right now. It's like when you're struggling with the jump shot, you got to do other shit, and you need your teammates to pick up the pieces. And the Bucks don't really have the playmaking, whereas Toronto does. They have, you don't need, like, there's a lot of pressure on Giannis to just fucking dominate. And Van Vliet and Lowry can kind of like be like, well, one of us can have an off game. You know what I mean? Like, they have options. They
are much deeper than, the Bucks, who really, if you really take a look at it, are not that fucking deep. I mean, if you really, and you know what, you were saying it last episode, I think you said on the Patreon, where you were talking about like how Wes Matthews, like how you would rather have almost any other starting guard in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
And I lightly defended him. I didn't really look at it. And then I looked at the numbers, dude. He is negative 27 in his minutes that he's played, and he scored 17 total points. It's fucking insanity.
He's not an NBA starter at this point. I mean, I could have made that argument like 2 years ago. I remember when the Knicks got him in the trade, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's a clear dump.
I think he's a great rotation player, but yeah, he should not be starting. I think he gives you something. You want that guy as like, I'll put it this way. If he's at the bottom of the rotation, if he's the eighth guy, if he's getting DiVincenzo's minutes and there's a better player for Wes Matthews.
There's too many guys like that. DiVincenzo.
Wes Matthews is a better defender and a better 3-point shooter when he's on. He's just been off. That part of it is he's off. And you know what? Here's the other part of it that's fucking annoyed the fuck out of me this series is when the fuck did Jay Crowder become like the fucking Klay Thompson? Like, what happened, dude? Not only is he playing incredible, it's like Jay Crowder is like a streaky player in years. Like, he goes from he was awesome in Boston, then he was fucking dog shit in Cleveland. He was dog shit with the Jazz. He was okay with the
that was weird that it didn't work out in Cleveland, because that, like, in theory should have been.
In theory, he was perfect. Yeah. A 3-and-D guy around LeBron, and he was sort of okay with the Grizzlies, and now. I mean, that he was sort of thrown in the Iguodala trade. It's crazy.
What a throw-in, because
Memphis could have used him. I mean, Memphis might be in the playoffs, right? Or not anymore, but Memphis definitely could have used him. Could have used some fucking shooting. I mean, it's fucking crazy how good he is. It's pissing me the fuck off.
But maybe sometimes you just need the right coach and the right vibe. Like, it feels
vibes. Yeah.
Jimmy has changed the vibe, or at least, like, I guess Miami already had that kind of tough vibe,
but he's perfect.
Jimmy just took it to another level. Like, you could just see him getting amped the fuck up. Like, this is so weird that Jimmy went to Miami. Dude, at the beginning of the playoffs, at the beginning of the season, I was like, I don't know if they make the playoffs. And now I feel dumb as shit.
Right.
Be in the finals, dude.
Yeah.
Jimmy left Philly. No one thought they would go further than Philly this year.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No one thought that.
People had Philly as their the finals, they were like a, not consensus, but they were like, let's say a third of experts. Philly, you definitely heard Philly quite a bit. In fact, I would say not even a third. I would say it was either Bucks or Philly that people were picking. Almost nobody was picking Miami.
Yeah.
And okay, that is the one silver lining. As much as I hate watching Giannis get shellacked and just embarrassed during these playoffs, and definitely, even if they lost, it's one thing to lose a series, but like you said, they were on the precipice of getting swept, even though I don't think he would have gotten swept. But the one silver lining is it is cool to see Jimmy go on this like fuck you tour with his little fucked up beard. I mean, he's got just like horrible like community theater Three Musketeers facial hair, and he's letting it grow out. It's patchy. He doesn't fucking give a fuck. He's grimy. He's fucking in there. It's cool to see
and he's
him
talking shit. Like he's talking shit to the camera. It's hilarious. It's got like a supervillain vibe.
Yeah,
but you're rooting for him.
Totally. And look, they're a much better matchup for like weirdly the Heat. Are better off playing the number 1 seed right now than they would be. I think either Toronto or I think weirdly the Celtics and the Raptors are a worse matchup for the Heat. Like they're perfect to beat.
It's just a harder
the
game
Bucks.
plan. It really you go in just being like, we just got to stop Giannis, which obviously is hard, but
it's not easy. But when you have Bam Adebayo, you have Jake Crowder, you have fucking Jimmy Butler, and then you have not only do you have the right defensive profile, but then on the offense you have the exact correct offensive profile, which is just a lot of shooting. And and the kinds of guys, and you know what, they've even gotten into the paint, which you didn't think they would be able to do. But
here's what's crazy: if the Celtics get by the Raptors, do they get Gordon Hayward back? They get deeper.
I don't know if they get him back. I don't know. That's a good question. I was under the impression that he was out the whole playoffs, but I'm not sure.
Well, the Celtics have this 3-headed monster with Tatum, Brown, and Kemba Walker. They're kind of. I know they just gave up 2 games, but I mean, this is going 7. I think we thought it was going to go 7, but to the Raptors, we'll see. I mean, going down 2-0.
Oh, I'm picking the Raptors now. This is like, here's the thing. In the fucking bubble, it's kind of hard to get momentum, and that's what's also weird about these games. I don't care how good the Heat are. I just don't think they would have taken both games from the Bucks at home. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see that happening. I mean, the last time that happened was Portland with Anthony Davis, and I just don't see them being. I mean, you could argue that they had the perfect game plan, the way the Pelicans had the perfect game plan to beat that Blazers team, but right. I just think there's no chance that they get both games off the Bucks. If we're playing in real arenas, but. So it's like they kind of benefit off of that lack of like energy and lack of momentum. But what the Raptors have done by like digging themselves into a hole and then like miraculously getting out of it and then beating them on the second game to prove it's not a fluke, they've created momentum where it's almost impossible to have momentum in this fucking sanitized like Disney World, no fans situation. Like, in a weird way, they're the ones. They're really playing with something, and they seem like a spunky, like nobody believes in us since Kawhi left. Nobody's giving us credit, and when you have weird. That like miracle, I don't know.
Got no respect like this. Also, they've hidden the biggest shot of the playoffs 2 straight years. I mean,
oh yeah,
Kawhi last year on Philly,
sure.
And now Anunoby was like. I mean, that was a great ending because I was bummed for the Raptors. I'm like, man, I don't want to see him go down 3-0. No one wants to see that shit except Boston, obviously. But
and listen, what's crazy is salute to Kemp. That pass was fucking wild. The pass Kyle right Lowry. Before the OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean the Kyle Lowry. The Kyle Lowry pass was crazy over Taco.
Yeah.
I mean the one we've forgotten, which would have been a highlight, which would have been just as awesome as a highlight. It was an incredible dime. The Toronto, a great defensive team, is defending for their life, their playoff life, and Kemba gets Tice that wide open at the. I mean, that's an insane dime.
Someone inside the NBA said it looked like in his prime Starberry dime, and I was like, oh, it did. It was like kind of like flashy,
just a little flashy, but still necessary. It had to be flashy to get done. Like it was beautiful, and you don't see
Kemba's looking great in the playoffs.
Yeah, he really is, and. It's tough. Like I said, I hate if I have to look at Celtics players personally. I like most of them, but the sum of their parts I do not. But this one it's funny just to see. I think the Raptors are going to win. I just think it's just. This is too. They could. I would not be surprised if they win in 6. Like legitimately, that's how much I think they're. I think they're gonna get the next one. I think they're gonna get the one today, and we'll see what the Celtics do. But, Yeah.
You owe
I
me
don't
an
know.
apology, by the way. If we're going to the West, you owe me an apology.
Okay. Well, I wanted to.
Playoff motherfucking Rondo.
All right, game 2, I owe you an apology. Sure, I guess we're gonna just, gloss over how he looked game 1, but fine. Game 2.
He took game 1 off, but playoff Rondo, he was dropping dimes.
Wait,
dude.
before we go to the West, I wanted to shit on, but I wanted to absolve Giannis and shit on Budenholzer some more, because just. Why the fuck is Wes Matthews playing so much, number one, when he's, but also, why the fuck is Marvin Williams playing so much? He plays 20 minutes a game.
God, he didn't get this much playing time on the fucking Bobcats.
He was a fucking, he's a buyout from Charlotte. He wasn't the best. It's not like he was the best player on fucking Charlotte. He's like the 5th best player on Charlotte.
He should be better, although he went 4 for 4 from downtown in one of the games. I mean, he had moments.
Yeah, and he's missed every other shot except for that.
He really he should have been. It's weird. I feel like he should have had a better. I mean, he's been around the NBA for so long, so give him credit for that. But I feel like he should have been a better player. I think he was like a 15 a game guy at one point.
And listen. I understand the idea of him, right? Because he's a really good 3-point shooter, whatever. But in reality, I think you can look at his minutes and say those are the minutes that should go to Giannis at 5, because they're playing him as the backup 5. So just shift Giannis up, shift Middleton up. And play like that. I mean, that's easy. That's a better way to play the fucking Heat. Do the Giannis with shooters lineup instead of thinking he's going to be one of the shooters. And it just, I don't understand. I also looked historically because I was like, has Bud always done this? Because I know he's choked a couple times, but I thought he always played his players like he's played his players a lot. In 2014 when he first got to the fucking Hawks.
The Hawks, yeah.
I mean, Korver and Millsap played 45 minutes and 43 minutes into Game 7. In 2017, remember when they almost lost? They would have lost to the fucking Wizards if John Wall hadn't broken his hand. Do you remember that series? The Wizards were looking awesome, and
John
it looked
Wall
like
was a fucking beast, dude.
It looked like John Wall's coming out party, and then he fucking broke his hand. And the Hawks, who were like way better, that was the year I think they were like that was the year that they like set. Like they had like a crazy 60 wins, something. That was like a crazy good team. Almost lose to the fucking Wizards with thank God John Hall breaks his hand.
But is he a great regular season coach, or is he only had great regular season teams? Like I didn't think that Hawks team was going anywhere. I didn't care. I knew they were the
but on a certain.
But I didn't think they were going anywhere.
Yes, but I agree with that. But it's also like. That's also like that's philosophy and roster construction. He made those teams to win in the, sure you could argue he just played the hand he was dealt, but it's like as a coach, don't you have to think like we're gonna at some point the goal is to win in the playoffs? And sure, they run into prime LeBron, so maybe in the back of your head you're like, well, I'm not beating fucking LeBron with Al Horford and Kyle Korver anyway, so let me just win some Coach of the Years and run up the score in the regular season. But my point was, even in that game 6, Millsap plays 46 minutes. Schroeder and Hardaway, our boy Tim Hardaway Jr. was on that team. They play 40 minutes. Like, why the fuck?
Young Dennis Schroeder, man.
Why the fuck is this the year he decides Giannis shouldn't be fucking? Even last year, last year when he, last year in the fucking decisive game 3, right? When the Bucks are up 2-0 and I thought, hell yeah, Giannis is going to the finals. Fuck everybody. Game 3, if you'll remember, was a fucking overtime game. That was a game that was like anyone's to win.
Yeah.
Fucking Nick Nurse plays Kawhi 52 minutes in a double overtime game.
That's what you got to do.
Pascal plays 51 minutes. Milwaukee plays fucking Giannis and Middleton 44 minutes. 44. That's probably why they lose the game. And if they win that game, they're in the fucking finals.
Who would have thought we'd be a fucking numbers podcast, man?
I'm pissed off. I had to look because you know why? Because so many people have been fucking shitting on me about Giannis. I'm like, fuck this. I'm doing my Budenholzer fucking research and proving it's his fault. And it's not only Budenholzer has fucked Giannis. I'm going. Not only this year is the sweep his fault, but if he had just played Giannis and Middleton more than 44 fucking minutes last year, they beat the fucking Raptors in Game 3. They fucking go to the finals, and guess what? they win the finals because of the hurt ass. And we're not even having this discussion. Giannis is a finals MVP.
You gotta float some weird shit about Budenholzer so he gets
Off
thrown out of-
Budenholzer.
You need like a Jerry Falwell Jr. jerks off while his wife gets fucked by the pool boy storyline to get Budenholzer out. So we're a family here in Milwaukee. You can't.
You know what? I bet you it would take the smallest amount of digging to find Budenholzer getting cucked left and right. He's got cuck face, dude. He's got.
Look at,
And you know what?
You're buying it now.
You know what? Maybe here's the other thing. Maybe he's got a fucking. This is how he has to come. Maybe he's got a public humiliation fetish. Where his wife, he goes home and he's like, "Babe, mistress, may I please play Giannis the whole fourth quarter?" And she's like, "No, you little worm. You're only going to play him 30 minutes. And he's like, "Oh," and he's busting because she's like, "And everyone's going to call you a fucking idiot and you're going to lose your job." And he's like, "Yes, mistress, whatever you say." Maybe this is part of a weird sub-dom relationship with his wife.
She's pegging him in a BAM jersey.
You like that? Yes, mistress. Just watching highlights of Giannis getting swatted. Watching Giannis hurt his ankle. He doesn't play enough minutes, so that's why he got hurt. You didn't prepare him. I know, mistress. I'm sorry. Oh, as he deep throats her dildo.
No other podcast will go into analytics like we do and then jump. I mean, I do admire. I love what we do. I mean,
That's range, baby.
We have versatility. Man. We'll go head to head with the jump, but then we'll also fucking We'll touch on the dark side. Can we talk about the Lakers now? I do want to talk.
Yeah,
about
of course. Let's talk about them for sure. The point is fuck Mike Budenholzer, and I'm glad he's getting
Budenholzer
topped.
does probably need is
What's that?
Cushy dreams.
I think you're right. If he just had some cushy dreams, some of the finest high quality CBD available by mail in America, I think it clears his head. He tells his wife to fuck off. He gets himself some young pussy, and he says, I'm playing Giannis the whole fourth quarter. I'm playing Giannis 42 minutes a game.
He shows up on a Harley because that's what people.
That's right.
The home
That's
of Harley,
right.
man. Milwaukee.
Absolutely.
Cut off sleeves. No helmet because he becomes hard as nails. He goes, I don't fucking wear.
I don't need a fucking helmet. He's got a Cushy Dreams pre-roll right on his lips. He's sparking up the energy blend. And there's a lot of different blends, by the way, of Cushy Dreams. Whether it's energy, hustle, relax, dream. Whether you want to get fucking in the zone, create. He's probably smoking some create. He's coming up with a game plan that makes Eric Spoelstra look like a little fucking bitch. And that's what maybe, you know what? Spoelstra's probably smoking. That's what's going on. Spoelstra's got all the cushy dreams, and Budenholzer's he's not smoking shit. Budenholzer's smoking salvia, having hallucinations, crying.
We do some good ass ad reads on this podcast.
Absolutely. Man. And you know what? And not only do we do good ad reads, but we smoke the product ourselves. We are big fans of Cushy Dreams.
I used to. It led me
to
some harder stuff. I'm on crack
that's,
now. But
that's true.
It was good.
I started with Cushy Dreams, and now I'm a heroin addict. But the point is, the beginning of the ride was so great.
Night. It's great. It's really a great. It's a great product. I love it.
It's a beautiful product. The attention to detail is noticeable in every beautiful flower, hand picked, hand cured. Everything is small batch. It's the artisan fucking approach. They got a fucking lab test to show compliance and purity, and it's all the health benefits of the CBD with none of the fucking THC. You're not getting stoned. You're clear-eyed. You're ready like, Spoelstra after he smokes it to create the kind of game plan that wrecks the Milwaukee franchise from now until eternity.
You're ready to like Rajon Rondo, game 2.
That's right.
Rondo doesn't smoke Cushy Dreams in the regular season. He
saves it for the playoffs,
baby.
So listen, if you want to be like me, like Sam, like Rajon Rondo, Eric Spoelstra, and not like Mike Budenholzer, go to cushydreams.com, KUSHY, cushydreams.com, and at checkout use promo code PODDON'T for 15% off your first order. That's PODDONT, 15% off your first order. Smoke your CBD because you can. That's right. The best tagline of all time. Smoke your CBD because you can.
So I want to talk about Rondo because
Let's talk Rondo.
I knew he was going to come out at some point.
Yeah.
You don't get Rajon Rondo. So he had 10 and 9 last night. 9 dimes is impressive.
Yeah. And yeah, go ahead. No, you take the
stat I read
ball.
was the Lakers made 11 of 15 shots off Rondo's passes last night for 28 points. So I guess there's like 2 hockey assists in there, but that's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, he played great, and look, his defense is great too.
So good. He was D'ing up Harden at some points.
And that's what's tough about Rondo is like you got Rondo now at a point in his career where he knows his like place essentially. You know what I was thinking? I was like, if Russell Westbrook played like Rondo was playing, that's how the fucking Rockets win. If Russell Westbrook just tries to get everybody else involved, plays tenacious defense, isn't taking too many fucking jumpers, you know what I mean? Like you got a guy like that who's smart, who knows how to fucking play defense, high basketball IQ, and just like plays his role. And he showed out. He showed up.
The difference is that he's not making $44 million this
right.
I mean,
right.
Westbrook, he just can't shoot, man. He has lost his shot. Maybe it's mental right now, but I just kept thinking they're giving him wide open looks. I just kept thinking, what if they had Chris Paul still? Like they are the best. They might be the best team in the West, but you said to me they might not have traded for Covington, but who cares? They might still be. They might still be dangerous. I don't know.
It is true. What's frustrating about that Rockets team is you don't feel like they ever really got a chance. I mean, I don't know. I don't have the stat off the top of my head, but there's some kind of crazy stat where it's like when Capella, Harden, and Paul all played together, they were like the best team in when they shared the floor, the lineup with them was like the best in the league by far. But it only happened not like only 30 games or something like that. I'd have to look it up. It's been a while since I knew that stat, but I mean, on some level, you have to think. Yeah, I think they should have kept Chris Paul, and I think they should have ran it back because of what you're saying, because of the shooting. Like it's not Russ is not a natural fit with what makes Harden good. But at the same time, I also think sort of this like small ball, tough guy, like energy ethos. That's kind of Russ's that's almost like Russ's. It's almost like putting Russ's DNA onto the team. It's almost like D'Antoni was like, all right, well, I got Russ, so how do we make this work? And the team sort of plays at its best like Russ plays, It's like PJ Tucker is a Russ-type player, but
I love PJ Tucker so much.
He rocks. Like, I know. It's so funny.
Wearing Air Force One.
You were texting me, PJ Tucker deserves a ring, and you tweeted it. It's like, I love PJ Tucker, but you're talking about it like he's like Dan Marino. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's an all-time great that didn't get his ring.
I'm talking about him like he's like a Charles Oakley who deserves a ring. Because I mean, he does. He just plays his heart out, and he guards the toughest guy every game. He hits corner threes.
And he's 6'5", and he's guarding centers.
I know what you're saying. Like it does sound like it's like Ewing or something.
I know what you mean, but yeah, it was hysterical to be like he deserves a ring.
But he's just a tough guy. He's 6'5", guarding fucking Anthony Davis. Like, give the guy his love, and he does that every game for them throughout the season. He never complains. He's wearing uncomfortable sneakers for some reason.
Yeah, to show out. That's the thing. He's looking cool while he's doing it. He's got the best sneakers in the game, and he's a great dresser too. But
I just love the guy. He's just who you want on your team.
He fucking rules. Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what's crazy is I believe maybe I brought this up again before, but he was on to Toronto traded for him when they still had they traded for him from Phoenix, and he was sort of like, at the time, people were like, when they still had DeRozan, they were like, he's going to be the fucking LeBron stopper. And in hindsight, it's like he's more of like a center. Like he's like a small ball center now, and it's like it is interesting to think how imagine if the Raptors even had him. But
I remember DeRozan when Toronto traded from DeRozan said, this is the best defensive player I played against. Like he said he guards me better than anybody.
Yeah. A lot of people have said that.
High praise. Yeah. I mean, he is a great defensive player.
But I think a big problem I like the way this team plays. And I think they maybe do trade Capella because part of that trade was to get smaller, but also part of the trade was because Capella was just hurt and they needed somebody that was going to play this year. So I think one way or another, that deal probably gets done even with Chris Paul. But I think like it just that energy is like that tenacity is because of Russ. I think where Russ is fucked up is this team was playing really good when Russ off the Harden double teams would drive. He used to do that drive, and either you get an easy bucket or you create a second double team and you kick, right? Like it's almost, it doesn't make sense because what makes the most like one-to-one sense is if teams are trapping and doubling Harden, you want to kick it to shooters. Well, Russ isn't a shooter, but then he can sort of, with his energy, just either create for himself or create another opportunity for another shooter.
His energy is huge. That was, I mean, he was grabbing a couple offensive boards and like he does.
Totally.
He does
but he was
hustle.
shooting too much. I mean, he was acting yesterday, last night's game. He was acting like he was one of the shooters instead of, no, you're another playmaker. So go play make off of the Harden double team. And the Lakers, to their credit, played some fucking really good defense yesterday.
They did, but
really
they wasted a great game from Eric Gordon, the Rockets, because he is a great playoff.
Well,
player.
That's what got him back. I think he went 6 for 6 in the second half when they were coming back.
He is always just risen to the challenge, man. I remember he played great against Golden State. I love that guy stays healthy. My thing with Westbrook is like, man, he's so good at everything but shooting. He just my issue with him in the playoffs in the past has been it's like that Giannis thing I've talked about, like in the open floor, incredible, but you gotta have better shot selection. You gotta know when to shoot. And I mean, unlike Giannis, he gets very emotional. I remember against Ricky Rubio, that Jazz.
yeah.
Like he was like,
that was so weird.
Personally. It's like, dude, no one's saying Ricky Rubio is better than you.
Right.
Like,
I remember that. Didn't he go after Rubio and had a great game, but the Thunder lost? When he embarrassed Rubio and the Thunder lost that game.
Yeah, well, he's like angry. He's playing angry. He's like banking in threes, and you're like, you gotta calm down. I also love Van Gundy calling this game like when LeBron blocked him. He's like, Van Gundy always goes, I have never in my life seen a block go that far. It's always like shit where you're like, yeah, you have.
Yeah. You just have a bad memory. Like you've seen so much.
I have never seen a ball rim in before in my life. Right. Yeah, I think you have. I think you've seen that.
I will say though, so that is a little bit of the excitement was LeBron in that fourth quarter when the Rockets were like, when I think the Lakers had taken the lead and the Rockets were trying to come back again. When the Lakers were really putting them away, it was like LeBron takeover time. And when it was winning time, it was LeBron was like, let me just remind you motherfuckers who I am. He had those 2 fucking alley-oops. He had a steal. He had a block. And, I mean, he got up. He double clutched one of those dunks. And then that alley-oop did fucking the bald guy, I'm blanking on it, Caruso threw him. I thought Caruso threw it too high, and he was about to get chewed out by LeBron. You could almost see it on Caruso's face. He was like, oh, no, I threw it too high. And LeBron fucking reached up and got it. I mean,
one-handed.
his fucking head was at the rim. It's fucking crazy, dude.
AD, too. Also, there were moments where
AD had a great game.
When AD's just posting up, and you're just like, yeah, you're going to hit that, dude. He's 6'5",
Yeah.
His post-game, it's funny how we had a debate, who the best, like, big man, because I don't think Giannis is really like a traditional big man, even though he plays so much in the paint. Like a post-up player, there's no one at AD's level. There's just no one in the league.
Yeah, offensively and defensively, but yeah, he has so many. He has a lot of tools, and he's great for sure.
There's no one. I mean, there was an argument like a year or two ago, maybe where it was like Cat, Embiid, even Jokic.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's
such a New York podcast that we're like, is that a fucking siren?
Yeah, let the fire truck go through. But I do, I mean, AD is probably overall the best, the best like big man for sure. As much as I think Embiid has the potential to be dominant in an old school throwback Shaq way, he's never really physically put it together to do that. I think
you wouldn't take him in a 7-game series as the best player versus a team where AD is the best player, would you?
I guess you can't because of his body of work. Although I guess you could, in theory, say the same about like what neither one of them has really done anything in the playoffs by themselves. But
but this is the first time AD has really had like a great complementary player. Whereas,
right?
Like, he's never even had a guy at Simmons level, I don't think. And
Yeah,
he's also never been in the East. I think AD.
he had Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is much more complimentary, at least to his skill set when he had him than
That's fair.
But at the same time, no, I know what you're saying. It's like having seen what we've seen now about both their careers. Yeah, you take the team with AD.
That Philly team last year, if they had AD instead of Embiid versus the Sixers, they might take it.
Oh wow,
right?
That's interesting to think about.
Jimmy Butler.
Damn, that's kind of – I think you're probably right because AD can space the floor in a real way and let Simmons get a little more – wow, I didn't even consider that. They
lost by a shot. You got to say they would have won it.
Wow. Is AD a shot better than – yeah, you're probably right.
His shot's definitely better than Embiid, yeah.
No, I mean, is he cumulatively one shot better than than Embiid? And I think you're probably right. That's a little more salt in the wounds of Philly, who's who knows how their team is completely collapsing right now. The only person enjoying this run more than Jimmy Butler is Joel Embiid because he's fucking sarcastically gonna bring this up forever. He's like, oh, Tobias and Al, nice to see you. So glad you're here. Did you happen to check the Heat game?
Do you think they blow it up?
I don't think they blow it up. I think they get another coach.
I guess they can't blow it up because
I think they're fucked and all they can do now.
Job? I mean, you're not going to get like I don't know who wants that gig.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think you can't. I think there's plenty of people that want that gig because it has championship potential at the very least. I mean, you can't tell me that. Let's say everyone's
got to get rid of someone.
Sure, you got to get rid of some players, maybe.
Horford for sure.
I mean, if anybody fucking wants him,
it's just a stupid contract.
I mean, you have to stop thinking about Tobias as a contract and just sort of think of him as like. Even though he's getting paid like a first option, he's just got to be the third or fourth guy all over it. You can't equate his production with what he's being paid, but yeah, you have to fuck around with the roster a little bit.
This is going to sound really disrespectful. Is he a third option?
I think on a different team he is. I just think this team is so fucked up that your two number one options have zero shoot. I mean, Tobias is good. He's just like
he's good, but
as a third option that shoots a little and create and with the ball in his hand, he's a good scorer. The problem is Embiid and Simmons both need the ball in his hand. The perfect third option for that team is a pure scorer or a shooter. Honestly, Chris Middleton is perfect there. That's who they need. Somebody who doesn't fucking even want the ball in his hand, but is a fucking lights out shooter.
That's a good point. What's he gonna?
Listen, Tobias got paid, but he's in a horrible basketball situation for him. I mean, everyone in that team is in a bad basketball situation for them.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. He is a third option, but he's not set up to succeed here.
No one on that team is set up to succeed, man. No one is.
It's so weird they have all these talented guys who should just – part of me is like thinking maybe you do blow it up. Maybe you blow it up and you keep Simmons.
I just don't think – I don't think they have the stomach for that right now because I think listen, you can talk yourself into these guys are so talented, and also Elton Brand doesn't seem to be getting fired and their GM structure is weird. It still seems to be like committee, which is the worst way to do anything, and they're totally fucked. But I think they talk themselves into we have all this talent that has we have a championship ceiling. Maybe if we get ourselves a real deal championship coach, we can win it. And I think people are going to be – I think that's a high risk, high reward job. And I think I could see Ty Lue getting that job. I could see the draw being like, listen, I managed Kyrie and fucking LeBron to a championship. You want to talk about fucking prima donnas? I can figure this out.
You want to talk about superior players?
Sure. Well, I mean, I don't know if Kyrie is superior to – I mean, I think they're on the same level as Embiid and Simmons. Kyrie is.
Well,
I mean, LeBron is LeBron, obviously.
I know, but Kyrie is such a better shooter than either of them. I mean –
yeah, but I mean, cumulatively speaking, it's not like he's, like, far and away a better player than either of those guys. Like, it's not a no-brainer. Like – you tell me I would start a franchise with one of these three players. Kyrie is not a no-brainer in that.
Okay.
You say he is?
I guess not, but just given his body of work, yes. But if you're just,
I think
looking
I
at a
almost
young-
would take weirdly. I think if in that question, I think I would kind of take Simmons. I know that's fucking weird, but
Well, because the defense, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I
But-
just if it was young Kyrie, I see you, but just given his body of work and like, do you not think that the Nets are gonna cook them next year?
I mean, they're just well. I don't know.
They will.
They probably will if Durant's healthy, but I mean, and
Which
definitely he was
will
a
be,
bet.
'cause He's getting the full recovery, man.
He's getting plenty of time off. I mean, listen, Kyrie was definitely what LeBron needed. LeBron would have rather had Kyrie than Embiid or Simmons on that team.
Although he's boys with Simmons, even though their games are way too similar.
Anyway, yeah. What were we talking?
Weird.
So
It
yeah,
used to be all about like the big man and the guard, right? And now it's really all about like kind of like the swing man and the guard.
yeah, the wings and a big man that can play like a guard almost.
Yeah.
But anyway, that Lakers, I will say the Lakers defense is really impressive. But look, let's give the Rockets credit. It's 1-1. I mean, we're recording this right after they lost, but they did beat them in game one, and it was, that's game one Harden, baby. He loved it before this is where the man shines, before it's like, before the anxiety of game 7 creeps up on him. But
I think my analysis was fairly dead on, though. I think he's going to look better in this series because
you're right. I think you're right.
He's getting doubled a lot. His vision is unbelievable. Some of the passes he makes and his instincts.
Oh yeah.
Pass are.
Oh, he's incredible.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I love Harden, and I don't. I mean, I like watching him in a way. I know a lot of people find him annoying, but I do like watching him.
I love him.
But I think no, you're absolutely correct about. I know we joked about how we picked basically every outcome, but really we were like, I thought it was either going to be like a Lakers blowout or go to 7, and I think you're right.
I said Lakers in 6, but
you're clearly right that it's a closer match. The matchup is that bad for the. Although I could see the Lakers kind of. Their defense was so good that I could see them. Although to the Rockets' credit, they kind of solved it in the second half.
And they came
close. Yeah,
they came hanging. And I heard Daryl Morey said that their number one priority in the offseason is to re-sign Mike D'Antoni. So I
that's
know
good.
Indiana wants him. I mean, if you're Mike,
Indiana doesn't have the fucking cash.
They just don't have really the roster either to intrigue.
I think D'Antoni will do it if you fucking drop the bag on him.
Yeah. I mean, he's earned it at this point. I mean, he's always competitive.
For sure. I mean, listen, that will Daryl Morey even be on the be working for the Rockets?
I love Daryl Morey though. I want Morey around.
Hopefully, Tillman Fertitta's bitch ass has to sell. That would be nice. The other series that we didn't really talk. I mean, we didn't really talk about Celtics. We talked about Celtics Raptors enough.
Yeah.
Clippers Nuggets.
Yeah.
Shocking. Great game by the Nuggets. I mean, they came out fucking dicks on double hard for in that first quarter game
too. Really
too.
Believe they have a chance?
I guess I still don't, but I will say game one, it was like I didn't even watch it. I started it and I was like, oh, they're getting their fucking cheeks blown out. This is going to be one of those series that we don't even have to pay attention to. And look, if you really take a look at what happened, maybe this isn't sustainable. I mean, the Nuggets came out with a lot of fucking energy, but also Kawhi looked like absolute dog shit. I mean, he had 13, 10, and 8, but he was 4 for 17. Didn't get a fucking field goal in the second half.
Yeah.
Lou Will.
That's not going to happen again.
The team had a horrible shooting night from 3.
I think Kawhi is tired, dude. I think he is really tired because you even see him on some defensive plays. He puts the clamps on.
You almost think like if Doc Rivers really had big balls, he would just fucking load manage Kawhi during the playoffs. Like let him rest against the Nuggets. Yeah.
He also I love Kawhi because you could tell he plays so hard on D that he gets so fucking angry at wasted possessions. Like there was that clip that went viral where he passed it off to Reggie Jackson.
Yes.
And he was like, I didn't pass for that shit.
Yeah.
And I totally get it because it's like, dude, you're playing that hard on D. You don't want to waste any possessions, and that's probably why he's so efficient. Yeah,
it's definitely efficiency. But yeah, I mean, this was a game that a lot of stuff went wrong for the Clippers, and they still – I mean, they got blown out in the first quarter. It was 44-23, and they ended the game – it was, like a 7-point game when it was all said and done.
And Jamal Murray had that step back on Kawhi.
He did. He made him look – he made him look like – he made him – it was a bad game for Kawhi for sure. Jokic had a great game, 26-18, only 4 assists, but 3 blocks, which is, uncharacteristic. But I think the Nuggets just kind of played with a lot of heart, and this was sort of their like – all right, well, we're not going to get swept by these assholes. Let's see if we can catch them off guard game 2. But I think the Clippers had a historically bad shooting night, except for your boy, Marcus Morris is shooting 55% from 3.
Playoff
Crazy.
Mook, dude.
Playoff Mook, brother.
Dude, I've been
You're right. You're right.
For so
You're
long.
absolutely correct.
I get so much shit on this podcast in the comments about my love of Marcus Morris. That guy is a tough ass competitor. He plays great D. He's a great shooter.
Yep.
Like
he knows to step on other players' feet. He just like a tough competitor would.
My prediction stands that the Clippers will go all the way, and he will re-sign in New York. He said that. He responded to my DM.
It is so funny how much stock you put into the DM he sent you.
It would be unlike Mook to not come through.
But you're right, though. He has when the Clippers first traded for him, he kind of was a little shaky getting acclimated. But he's back.
Well, he went from being the guy to being like the 4th guy. I mean,
his shooting kind of fell off a cliff, probably because he wasn't getting the reps he was getting with the Knicks. But
exactly,
he's back now. I mean, like I said, 55 in the playoffs from 3, shooting out of his fucking mind.
Just them getting him from a talent and depth standpoint is absurd because they are just by far the deepest team. No team comes close.
Not even. I mean, no. They could run out 2 full teams almost.
Dude, their fucking bench. They can have a bench that's a better team than the Knicks, which is so fucking sad.
Yeah, it's kind of like remember in the World Cup where they were like Brazil could literally field 2 teams and probably be in the finals. Like in the 90s when Brazil was on, that's kind of the Clippers aren't that good, but they're the closest thing the NBA has to that.
Having Montrez and Lou off the bench is just it's the best.
Yeah, and congrats to Montrez, by the way, six man of the year. I'm not looking forward to however they give Giannis the MVP trophy. Although you know what happened to Dirk? He got the MVP trophy after he was eliminated, and guess what? Championship. So it's possible. Dirk lost to the We Believe Warriors. This is part of another Euro big man with an unconventional game. History is going to repeat itself. Giannis will have a fucking championship soon enough. What was that? 3 years after?
The Garden, baby.
Yeah. It was 3 years after he got the MVP, right? That they won, or was it way longer? I forget.
No, it was
he got the MVP in 08, didn't he?
Oh, I thought the We Believe Warriors was 06.
You're probably right. I'm actually fucking that up.
06?
I think you're right.
Yeah, and so 5 years, I believe.
06, 07. Yeah, so it was a while. Anyway. Well, a lot of fucking basketball to go. We'll see what happens. What are our predictions here for who comes out of? It's going to probably be as much as I hate to say it, Heat. I'm going to say Heat Raptors and
that's a great. I mean, no matter what the semis, or the Western and Eastern Conference Finals are going to be incredible.
Yeah.
I'm
except
guessing
if the Nuggets somehow get there, that would be annoying.
I think the Lakers, Clippers, and I think probably the Raptors, Heat.
Yeah, probably.
I'll stick with the Raptors prediction, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Celtics still.
I know.
So
I wouldn't be
good.
shocked if it sucks. It's possible, like we said, that we could have Celtics, Clippers, just horrible, so annoying.
And
or Celtics, Lakers, which is what the league I'm sure would love, just for legacy reasons.
Remember to subscribe to our Patreon. We lost some people, but we're back on top.
No, we're back. We're doing great now. I think we just lost people because of the first of the month.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Keep subscribing. We're out here 2 times a week for this beautiful analysis. The only podcast that blends historical minutes played of a coach's rotation with a hypothetical scenario where he is a cuck sucking his wife's dildo.
Yeah.
So that's what you're not getting that anywhere else, brother. I promise you that. So subscribe. We listen. We might even
And
get
leave a
wilder on the
review, too.
Patreon.
Get a review, man.
Yes, leave a review or either way. Yeah, if you can't subscribe for the Patreon, we'd really appreciate a review. And we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, but we appreciate you guys listening, and we're looking forward to this fun. Look, I got to be honest, this was a tough week of basketball for me. What happened to Giannis,
buddy.
but
Dude,
I'm bouncing back, and I'm falling back in love with the game. So
it's tough. I get it because he is a special player, and I do respect and really admire Giannis. But I mean, it's just not. This is just a bad matchup too.
Horrible matchup.
It really exposes their weaknesses, but it was bound to happen, man. I think the Celtics or Raptors would have done the same shit to them.
No, I really don't think so.
Really?
I really don't. No. First of all, they've owned the Celtics. They can suck my fucking dick. They've been great against the Celtics.
Maybe you're right. I don't know.
Middleton especially is great against the Celtics always, but anyway. We'll know. We'll maybe. Hey, listen. Maybe we'll find Team of Destiny, baby. They win the next 3 games. They win the next 2 games. Giannis comes out like fucking, like Willis Reed and wins the game for them. We'll see Game 7. So that's what we're hoping. That's what's gonna happen. And you know what? They're still not out of
like
it.
Willis Reed or Sam hobbling to his
Like,
laptop.
yeah.
There's no after some fucking 3 pepper chicken. Oh fuck.
Yes.
My ulcer is back.
Dude. Thank you for playing through the pain, Sammy, and we will be back at the end of the week recapping what happened thus far in this round. So talk to you guys later. Bye.
All right, bye.